Welcome to Henderson Library's Home Edition. My name is Erin, and today we will be doing a program on Greek mythology. So the people in ancient Greece really treasured their mythology, which was their myths and legends and stories about the gods and goddesses, heroes, and different parts of their culture. And they loved to put this mythology in every part of their daily lives. So today I'm going to talk about two different ways the people in ancient Greece would do this. The first was in their constellations. And constellations are a grouping of stars together. So the people of ancient Greece, they believed in a theme called katasterismoi, which means placing among the stars. They believed that the ancient gods and goddesses put heroes and creatures and things into the sky, and they became the constellations. So they placed them among the stars. So when they looked up at the night sky and they saw a constellation, they would see an image like this one. When you look at this image, you see a little triangle, a little squiggly line. What do you guys think the ancient Greece people thought this was? Well, if you said lion, you would be correct, because this is the constellation Leo. And they saw a lion in it. And it's really hard to see like that. For me, I just see a squiggly line in a triangle. But this is kind of what the people of ancient Greece saw. They saw the back of the line right here is the triangle, and then it looped down to form his head. Now, when they saw this lion, they often thought that it was a lion in ancient Greek stories, like the lion that Hercules defeated. So, there's one story I wanted to tell you today, which is really interesting. You might have heard before of an ancient Greek myth, and that is the story of Orion. Now, you may have heard of Orion. It's better if you see it this way. Orion was an ancient hunter, and most all people in ancient Greece believed that he had become best friends with Artemis. Now, she was the goddess of the hunt. Now, they believed that his placing him on the stars happened after his death. But how his death came to be is different in a bunch of different legends. Some believe that he wanted to impress Artemis, and so he killed a bunch of animals and brought them to her to show her that he was such a good hunter. But she was slightly offended at the loss of all of these creatures, so she killed him. I know. But she placed him on the stars to still honor him. Some believe that it was actually a scorpion that he had a battle with, and they both died, and they both replaced him on the stars. But my personal favorite was that Apollo, who was Artemis's brother, was so jealous that she was spending all her time with Orion, and he was like, hey, she's my sister, she's my best friend. He decided that he was going to get rid of Orion. So when Orion was swimming far out in the ocean, he brought his sister Artemis to walk along the beach, and he said, Artemis, you think you're such an amazing hunter, but I bet that you cannot hit that speck way out there in the ocean. And Artemis said, I am the goddess of the hunt. I'm so talented, I could totally hit that speck. And so she did. And that speck was Orion. And once Artemis found out, she was heartbroken that her best friend died and that she killed him. So to honor him, she placed him on the stars. It's a little hard to see, but you can kind of pick out. This would be Orion's head right here. You see his sword and shield, and you may have heard of Orion's belt right here in the middle. And here's a picture. It makes it a little easier to see. This is kind of what it looks like to the people of ancient Greece. So, if you got one of your kits, and even if you didn't get a kit, you can still do this at home, because I'm sure you have some of these materials. You are going to have a pipe cleaner and a bunch of beads, like this. So what you're going to do is you're going to make your own constellation. Okay. Here is a constellation guide of a bunch of different constellations. I want you to pick one that looks fun to you, and we're going to make it, okay? I chose Cancer because that is my star sign. So it's really easy. All you have to do is you have to shape your pipe cleaner, and if you have to, you can cut them. Pipe cleaners are really easy to cut if you just stress it back and forth a bunch, or if you cut it with scissors. Either one works. So you do that, and then you have to place your beads right where the stars are. So see how my Cancer symbol right here is kind of like a upside down Y, and it's got a 2, 3, 4, 5 stars on it. So I did that. I had to cut off my pipe cleaner and fold it on to make my upside down Y. And then I've got my stars right here. All right, if you happen to make one of these, don't be afraid to post it on our Facebook and show us what you made. Now, another way the people of ancient Greece would celebrate their culture and their mythology and put it in their everyday life was in their vases. So they had different types of vases and different ways they would design them, but this is one of the most popular. So it kind of looks like this. There's a lip, which is the opening for your vase. You have the handles on the sides to hold it. This part right here is the neck, kind of like our neck. Then you have the shoulders, like us, the body, and the foot. Now, a lot of the times they would design it where they had the neck and the foot had a pattern on it, and then the body and the shoulders would show a Greek story. So that way, when they used their vases every day with carrying water and oils and things like that, they could remember the ancient Greek stories. Like this one here, which shows the pattern on the neck and the foot, and then the story in the middle. Now this was the story of from ancient Troy, if you remember the Battle of Ancient Troy. If you haven't heard about it, there was this huge battle in Troy. And this is a story of one of the heroes, Achilles and Ajax, playing a simple chess game or board game. And this was a popular motif back then, so they would do on a lot of their vases. But we have a lot of different mythology in our life today, or stories. And so I thought it'd be really fun if we did our own vases. So you are going to have your Build a Greek Vase worksheet that I made. And you'll have to find a piece of paper. And how this works, if you've ever played the Build a Monster game, is you have your die, which you have to find. I'm sure all of you probably have a die somewhere hiding away from your board games. You'll roll your dice for each one of these columns, and whichever number you land on, you have to draw that image. Now when you get to the part that says story, I want you to be making up a story in your image. It can't just be fill in the blank and you fill in all these different patterns. I want you to create a story, okay? So there's romance, mystery, tragedy, but you have to make it go along with the story, okay? All right, let's try this together. All right, so let's get started. And Miss Erin is doing this so that none of you feel bad about what yours looks like, because this can look any way you want it to. Okay, we got a 3. So my vase shape is going to be the third one. And I'm going to do it in purple because I like that color. Ready? Got that. Now I need our handles. Other handle. It's not looking too bad. All right, we got the dip and the foot and the squiggly rumpus. All right. Well, a little lopsided, that's okay. All right, oh, kind of looks like Frankenstein's head. All right, should we just block it off real quick? There you go. All right, should we move on to the next one? Next, we have the neck pattern. We got a 1. All right, let's do the neck pattern. I'm gonna say around here-ish is my neck. And it looks like it's kind of a dot, 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 dot with smaller dots. Smaller dots. A little flower-looking thingamajig. And more dots. Whew, look at this masterpiece already. Oh, beautiful. I'm gonna color those in a little bit. All right, let's roll again. We got the foot pattern next. A 2. Oh, good. This one looks easy. Okay, here's going to be my foot pattern. We're going to make a little, I don't know shapes that well, so it's just going to be a little thingamajig. Okay, connect it. We got another thingamajig that kind of falls off the end. That's okay. Well, we really went way off on that one, but that's okay. This is why Miss Erin does it. You guys can just work on yours a little better than she did. All right, let's do our first figure. A 3. We got, oh, an archer. Okay, so here's my body. Let's think. How should we do our archer? I'm gonna do it. I don't think I can do it in the other direction. I don't think I'm talented enough to try to figure that out. One leg, and the other leg, and the outfit. Miss Erin tries her best. And here's her arrow and her head. Okay. Once again, do not feel bad about your drawing. It's all about the fun you have while doing it. All right, let's see our story. I got a mystery. Ooh, I like this. Okay, but before I try to incorporate it, I want to see what animal I have so I know how to make it a mystery. I got a 4. That means a snake. Thank heavens. I was really worried about that. Okay, a mystery. What shall we do? I have my archer. I know. My archer is trying to shoot a snake in a tree. There's my snake. He's way off. He's not a very good archer. That's okay. He tries to shoot the snake, and the mystery is the snake is actually his wife. That sounds like something like Greek mythology would do. He didn't know she turned into a snake, but she did. And here's the evil wizard, because wizards happen in my stories, who turned her into a snake. There's his wizardly beard, his wizardly dress cape. So the mystery is he didn't even know it was his wife. Woo! And there's Miss Erin's face. If I had more time, I'd color it in and stuff like that, but you have that time. And don't forget, you can do this as many times as you want. And don't be afraid of what it looks like. It's all about the fun and the story. Good job, guys. All right, thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to check out our other videos on our home edition page. And don't forget to sign up for the summer reading challenge. See you later.